Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to get started on a couple of podcast episodes here. I slacked off a little bit here lately, getting stuff up and running with my private label and whatnot. So I'm going to make sure I don't leave you guys hanging. If you haven't already, head on over to the YouTube channel and subscribe. I was out messing around with my drone yesterday. I got a DJI Mavic Air, and it's a combination between the Spark and the Pro, which is pretty nice because it's small and compact but still has a 4 mile range on it, so you can go pretty high and pretty far. But what I was experimenting with was the ability to go live and use my lapel mic at the same time with things like Active Track, and it was working rather well. I was pretty excited about that. So after I did that video, I wasn't able to do it on Facebook. I set it up and it just crashed on me, I guess. But before I did the Facebook one, or before I was experimenting with Facebook, I did one on YouTube in my front yard. And you can check that out on my YouTube channel. I put the link in the description of this video so you guys can check it out. Make sure you subscribe, and I will be doing more and more drone videos as time goes on, obviously, because I have it, so it doesn't make any sense to have it and not use it, right? I'm going to record a podcast episode. I included a link to my Logitech 4K webcam, primarily because the quality is phenomenal on this thing. I use it to take some pictures as well, and it does really well taking pictures. Um, and the video quality, as you see, is pretty outstanding too. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen for anyone who's ever thought about starting a podcast. This is the way to do it. It's super easy, and I like to talk, so it's a good medium for me. If you like the microphone and the sound quality, this is a Blue Raspberry. I got it at Best Buy. You can get it on Amazon too. I got a link in the description. So go ahead and share my screen here. And I use Anchor to do all my podcasts. So we'll start a new episode. So this is what the home screen looks like. Just click new episode. We'll go to record. And today I was speaking to a customer where I work my real job recently, and I encouraged them to check out my YouTube channel. But we had talked a little bit about traveling, and the one place I spent the most amount of time during my military career was Germany. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about Germany today. And I just make sure that my microphone is set up. I use the Raspberry to record the podcast, and I use my Logitech microphone to do my live videos. And that's so I don't have any issues with my audio, at least for the most part. I say that last time I went live, people weren't able to hear me, so I think I'm going to go ahead and check my audio real quick before I get too far. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here pulling a Walt Disney. Yep, we got audio. That's good. If you guys have questions, feel free to leave it in the comments section. I'm happy to help out, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. As I use Wirecast to broadcast live, so I don't get all the comments right away. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Bearded Veteran Podcast. I appreciate everyone listening into the retail tale, as I like to call it. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about travel. And what I want to do is bring it all back. So I like to bring everything back to the retail environment, both arbitrage and private label. I'm going to tell you a couple of different stories. I'm going to share with you a little bit of my experience overseas, and then I'm going to tie it back into how you can use travel and other countries get into their markets or buy things for your retail arbitrage platform. And what I'd really like to do is just start by mentioning the links in the description of this episode. Number one, you'll see my YouTube channel and the website, which is www.avetsbeard.com. Head on over to the YouTube channel, subscribe. I was out yesterday, as I was telling everyone, playing around with my new DJI Mavic Air, the drone, and going live while using a couple of lapel mics I got off Amazon. I put a link for the Mavic Air in the description as well. It's a combination between the Spark and the Pro, and what that does is it's a smaller, more compact drone that allows you to have the same capabilities as the Pro. So it's about the same size as the Spark, but it has the same range and camera quality as the Pro does. So I like it. Head on over to the YouTube channel. You'll see the video I threw together yesterday just experimenting with it, and it was pretty fun. So talking about travel, I first joined the Army in 2005, and besides deployment to Iraq, the first real travel I had an opportunity for was when I went to Germany in 2010. And I got there in January, so obviously it was cold and there was plenty of snow. But my experience in Germany over 2 years while I was stationed there was, number one, travel is cheap and easy. So pretty much anywhere in Europe, you go to public transportation, whether you use the bus or the train, and everything is coded with either letters and numbers or colors. And because they use the same colors throughout Europe, it doesn't really matter what language it's in. Once you get used to how they color code things, you're able to tell, all right, well, this one's headed this direction, this one's headed that direction, and you can pretty much get from one place to another very easily. A really good example of that is when I first got to Germany, I didn't bother to read the section on my orders that specified I was supposed to go to the hotel inside of the airport. I believe there was a lobby or gathering there of some sort where they scoop you up, throw you on a bus they have set aside for the PCSing folks and take them to their duty stations for reception. Because I didn't read that portion, I went downstairs in the airport. There was a train station, and I spoke to the person at the counter who was working in Frankfurt, Germany, was French, and spoke English. So I'm willing to bet he also spoke German and French. It was a very helpful individual. It helped me get a train ticket to the nearest train station close to where I was headed. I was headed to Baumholder, the Rock as we call it in the military. And the nearest train station was Eder Oberstein, so I got on a train. I don't remember how many stops there were from Frankfurt to Eder Oberstein. And from there, I got on a bus that was headed to Baumholder. Once again, color coded. There's a map right there at the bus stop. You just kind of look the local geography. It's not that big because buses travel smaller ranges, obviously, than trains do. I found Baumholder. I found Eder Oberstein, which is the stop I got off, and I said, all right, that's the colored bus I need to get on. And I got on. It was just a couple euro, and I rode the bus down to Baumholder, and it stopped right outside the gate. And then I started walking inside the gate, found the nearest soldier I could find, and said, hey, I need a little bit of help, and then got everything straightened out from there. So brand new, never been in the country except for a short layover we had coming back from deployment. So never traveled Europe, didn't know much about it, didn't know any of the language, and I was able to land on my first day in Frankfurt and get all the way from there to Baumholder on a train and a bus. So if somebody with little to no experience is able to figure out how to do that, then pretty much that just goes to show how easy it is. Pretty much anybody should be able to figure that out. So number one is the travel opportunity, and what that does for a retail environment is it allows you to gain access to other stores, especially when it comes to retail arbitrage. It allows you to travel around and get an idea of what market is looking for what type of products. Okay, obviously, when it comes to retail arbitrage, toys is a very lucrative category. So when we travel, we learn that one type of toy in one area might be uh, in higher demand than another toy here in the United States. So, number one thing is travel, being able to get out, take a look at what other stores are available, what types of products are available, and what types of products are in higher demand as we travel around. Number two is networking. So, during my 2 years in Germany, obviously I met a ton of different people. Even though many of them were obviously U.S. service members, I met some English, French, German people. I met all different kinds of people of many different backgrounds. And basically, what that allowed me to do is network with them. Obviously, I have uh, quite a few of them as friends on Facebook. And now, with the changing times, because it's been, I believe, over 6 years since I was in Germany. So, with as time changes things and Germany continues to develop, I'm able to keep a proverbial ear to the ground as I build my retail business here in the United States. I'm still able to see what things are changing and developing over there and what things are in high demand. So the way that correlates to the way networking correlates to your retail, your online retail platform, whether it's arbitrage or private label, is as inside of Amazon, you have your FBA global export. And if you don't have that turned on, I highly recommend you do so. If you're not sure exactly how to do that, go ahead and leave me a comment or shoot me a message. I'd be happy to walk you through it. In Amazon Seller Central, you can turn on FBA global export. And what that does is it allows Amazon to move your products from one country to another and sell it under a different platform without you having to pay outlandish shipping costs or ship the products from your business to the Amazon warehouse in a foreign country, because then you would be looking at different tariffs, you would be looking at extremely high shipping costs just to get a decent sized box. I have from here to Canada is $280. With FBA Global Export turned on, you don't have to deal with all that. And once you network with people in the countries that you want to move into, that you want to tap into those markets, you're able to communicate with them on a regular basis and say, all right, what types of products are in demand? What types of things do people buy on Amazon? Or even talk to them and learn who is doing what you're doing in those countries, because retail arbitrage and private label on Amazon is pretty big, and there's people doing it in all different kinds of countries all over the world. So networking with people as you travel is key, because then you're able to learn who you can talk to, how you can further your business, and what types of products you need to be listing on your platform in order to get into and stay in these other markets. So I talked quite a bit about Germany. The truth is, I do have a plan, hopefully in the next year, to visit Mexico. I have a friend that lives down there, or he's moving back there, and there is somewhat of an untapped market, more specifically when it comes to the Amazon platform and the education behind it. So basically, what I'm talking about is going down there and teaching other people how to do what I'm doing on Amazon. So, that being said, if you like travel and you want to see all the pictures and the videos that I'm going to gather when I go do that, then stay tuned and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That link again is in the description of this episode. I really appreciate all the support. The two primary things we talked about today is number one, travel, and number two, as you travel, making sure to network by any means necessary. These two things are going to help you grow your business, and it's also going to help you learn many different things about many different cultures. So once again, I really appreciate all the support. Thank you so much. If you want to check out your own DJI drone, then the link to the one I have is in the description. But there are also the Spark, the Pro, the Phantom, and DJI has many other products as well. They just came out with a set of goggles for racing, both drones, helicopters, and fixed wing. Um, I like them better than most other lower end products because the quality is super high, and I can't tell you now how many times I've crashed this thing, and it definitely withstands the storm, so to speak. But thank you so much. I appreciate everybody listening in to me talk about Germany once again, and I will see you guys on the next episode. So recording a podcast is pretty easy. If you guys decide you want to record a podcast and need any help doing it, then feel free to let me know. I'm uploading the episode now, and then once I do that, I go ahead and add sounds to the beginning and the end. I keep it super simple. I don't have anything fancy set up when I do my podcast episodes. I do have the Adobe Creative Cloud, but I don't use that to put my podcast together because I'm really good at talking for a really long time, but I really just want to crank out some content here to begin with. I believe that all comes back to me being a doer, as I like to say, making sure I just get stuff done. I just logged into Facebook so I could see if there were any comments. I appreciate that heads up, Chris, so I know my sound works. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I add the sound to the video. I'm sorry, to the podcast. Super simple. So we're on this screen, same screen we used to create the episode. I go to transitions. I'm going to turn my sound back on so I can hear what I'm doing. Let's see. Just scroll down. Just pick one. Something that sounds like it belongs, so to speak. It's a little calming. I like that one. We'll put that at the beginning. Go to record. This is the one I just recorded. Add that to the episode. Go back. Pick another transition. I don't do breaks or anything in my podcast. They're only 10 minutes long, so there's no Oh, this one should be fun. Jetson. No. We'll put that at the end. And then once you got that, save episode. Name the episode something. I have all my links and everything copied from when I did my Facebook Live. Go to advanced settings. Make sure everywhere is turned on so it hits iTunes full, because I'm not going to do any bonuses or trailers, at least not until I start adding other folks to the podcast. And I can never remember the episode number. I'm going to guess and say 13. Some people are probably looking at this going, what is he doing? It goes 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. Schedule for later. I want my episodes to hit the interwebs at 12 in the afternoon. And then after this, I'm probably going to record another episode. I'm not going to hold you guys up, but if you have questions or want to know how it's done, then feel free to check out my YouTube channel. I got an instructional video on there on how to do it. You can shoot me a message or leave a comment, go to the website. You can actually subscribe to my website or hit the free ebook in the top right hand corner, and that'll get you in touch with me as well. You just put in your name and email address and I get it right on my phone. So I appreciate everybody watching, and like I said, if you have any questions or need help getting started, then feel free to let me know. Have a great day.